What's up, Internet? It's your boy Hot Noodle, creative director for xCephasx Studios, where we make 3D animations for music brands and snack brands. Let's get into today's video. What should we react to? All right, let's do Unreviewable #2 by Anthony Fantano. Fantano seems to constantly be hating on this entire Vultures release. Why? Let's find out why.
Anthony Fantano here, the internet's most correctest music nerd. Let's talk about a topic, big topic this week being the final release we've been waiting for quite a while for the full, entire, and complete drop of the second installment in Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign's Vultures album series, Vultures 2, which has been pushed back weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. It's taken so long to get here. So long, in fact, it's kind of making me wonder, are we ever going to see Vultures 3? And if we are, is it going to be even released this year? I mean, it's a good question. It's a good question considering the timeline that brought us to this point. However, right now, whether or not we get Vultures 3 may not even be something that is on the minds of anyone right now.
That's true, man. Ever since Vultures 1, there was so much hype, so much Kanye-esque production level. Everything was really up there. And then something happened, a sense of suppression. Something occurred which made it that after Vultures 1, the anticipation for 2 and 3 pretty much evaporated. So why was that the case? Was it all the things about them boys that Kanye was talking about? Or is it the people from Jerusalem that are stopping him from doing what he needs to do? Honestly, we do not have all the facts, but maybe Fantano does. He seems to always have all the answers.
Even some of Kanye's most hardcore fans, what remains of them now anyway, because the reception online for Vultures 2 so far has been pretty friggin' terrible. I mean, it has to be because I've been seeing numerous comments on my YouTube videos, especially my fake play silly skit Vultures 2 review, as well as comments and mentions on social media apologizing to me for attacking me and harassing me and slandering me during my unreviewable commentary on Kanye's first Vulture record, and basically the general commentary I was giving about this, current era of his career. Because I guess the quality of Vultures 2, again, is so poor that it's pretty much proven nearly everything I've had to say about Kanye at this point correct. The creativity is not there. His mind is not there. The effort is not there. The music, most importantly, is not there. And Vultures 2 is just proving to be the proof of that, staring you blankly in the face with no filter, no nothing, completely raw dogging it, just uninhibited laziness and bad ideas. Now, before I go any further into this video,
the man is distracted. What do you want from him, bro? They're filling his mind up with nitrous oxide, dude. They're filling the mind up with the nitrous, dog. The laughing gas. Didn't you see the last video the man put out, bro? He's literally talking about, I'm on the nitrous again. Bro, the man's is not coherent in anything that he's doing. Why would we expect that the music is by any chance on that same level, bro? He's not the Ye that we used to know. This is not the Ye that we used to know.
I will make an admission. I've not heard this album, and I have no plans on hearing this album. I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to review it. I don't want to assess the music on it or the quality of the art on it because, again, given even Kanye's most hardcore fans are disappointed by it, and believe me, many of them swallowed Vultures 1 happily, and that album was total crap, in order for them to actually be disgusted and disappointed with the quality of Vultures 2, it has to be unquestionably one of the worst things to be released this year. And how could it not be, given some of the most ridiculous aspects of the album that have been brought up online since its release? For example, the track 530 off of the record has been shown to be just a low quality YouTube rip. Yeah, it's just basically an unfinished demo that got thrown onto the record. But even more weirdly, there are bars and flows on this record that are not actually Kanye rapping. It's AI Kanye, which I guess is the case for the first verse on the song Sky City, which to me is wild. Like, I feel like it's one thing to be some kind of, a bedroom producer doing a thing and you're trying to make some sort of Kanye parody or copy. And then, I don't know, you get your hands on some kind of AI vocal interface and then you rap a fake Kanye verse. I mean, it's not great. And I feel like that technology has been kind of abused in weird ways as of late. But again, I feel like that's one thing, but it's another thing to be doing that and you're Kanye, you can just use your own voice, bro. You can just be the guy that you are.
You could take a stab at that and say that that's a bad thing. But He's also using the technology that's available now, the tech. The same way like the circus video, that one with like what's his name's on there? Rich the Kid or whatever. I think it's Rich the Kid, Ty Dolla $ign, and Playboy Cardi. On that song, the video is an AI generated music video. Some stuff from Vultures One is AI generated music videos, and then you have aspect number two, which is that he's just somebody who uses the most latest tech. So yes, you could take it and say, yeah, of course he could just rap, but maybe he just wants to see what the technology could do. I'm not saying that point is going to save the album. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just letting y'all know maybe using the most modern technology is kind of cool.
AIing because you are actually, in fact, that guy. And just leaving verses like this on the record, presenting in the way that you are, is just friggin' lazy. Of course, also, there are multiple uncleared samples on the record, which is not too much of a surprise because he keeps doing this, and every single time he just doesn't really learn his lesson. I mean, why would his fans presume he's clearing any samples at this point anymore? And of course, because of this and a bunch of other things just generally being issues on the album, like mixing and unfinished vocal performances that are pretty mumbly. Yeah, once again, Kanye is kind of changing and completing the album in real time, which was kind of cute and kind of interesting and did lead to ultimately a better product when it came to The Life of Pablo, as the gradually improved version of that record was quite a bit better than the first one that came out on streaming services. But aren't we tired of this whole routine at this point with Kanye? Like, it's not funny anymore. Try different jokes. It's just getting old. It's just getting stale. Can't we just hear the album how it should be the first time out of the gate? Is that not a thing that we can do anymore? Do we have to piecemeal the whole goddamn thing every friggin' album cycle? Also, it seems like some of the issues and problems on this record are so goddamn glaring, they shouldn't have to be fixed after the fact. Kanye is putting this thing out like it's his first rodeo, as if he hasn't sold millions of copies of albums across his career. Again, with the quality level that this is at, we're no longer getting like, you know, a cool beat.
The thing with Ye is like, I think he literally messaged Rich the Kid and said, I'm done with making music. And Rich the Kid said, no, what else are you going to do? You need to make music. I don't think so. I think Ye should literally put out Vultures 3, do his best on it to make it better than the first two, and then honestly just move on to other things, bro. Go do something else. Go take a break. Go rest. Get your mind right. And then when you really feel like you have something inside of you that cannot be contained, then come back and give us a body of work. But right now, the man's brain is so disjointed, so filled with nitrous oxide, that there's no way that we're getting anything out of quality. But you guys keep pushing and pushing and wanting more from the artist and wanting more. Never enough. It's never enough. Microwave era, microwave era. And now we're burning out one of the greatest music icons to ever exist. We're literally burning him out in real time. It's like a piece of bread that you put in the microwave, bro. You leave that thing in there for long enough, eventually it just becomes a solid piece of rock.
Behind the scenes look into like the process of his creativity and how he brings things from a rough idea to a complete idea. No, what's happening now is clearly that he doesn't give a fuck, and he'll pretty much put out anything, even the musical equivalent of a turd, that is so bad it doesn't really matter how much you change it or alter it, it's still going to be a turd. And not only is it clear at this point that Kanye doesn't really care about the presentation and the quality of the music, but he doesn't really care about his fans either. Because as I was saying earlier, like, things have gotten so bad and so desperate, they're apologizing to me, also starting Reddit threads about me, saying, yeah, Fantano, if you want to say this is unreviewable, I won't argue. Which, like, for an artist of Kanye's size and an artist with Kanye's sometimes sycophantic fan base is really goddamn embarrassing. Like, your fans are literally on your subreddit telling you that your record is so goddamn shit that me, the most sexy, thick, and notable music reviewer of my generation, that I would be well within my right to pretty much, like in the Meat Canyon video, pull down my pants and take a dump on your album, which I would happily do if it was actually even worth doing that in the first place. But it's not, because truly and honestly, again, I don't want to listen to it, because doing so would be a waste of my time, a waste of your time, audience that would potentially watch that review. And I would probably just the entire time listening to the record be feeling secondhand embarrassment for you, Kanye, an artist whose fall from grace at this point has become so tragic and so sad and so disappointing that I don't even get the kind of rise out of it that you would with, let's say, a dumpster fire or a train wreck that you can't look away from, because it really has gotten that bad and dragged out. I don't want to look at the train wreck anymore. I really don't want to stare at it anymore. The last thing I want to do is spend one more goddamn second looking at this train train wreck. And if the album is this bad and is getting this kind of reaction, again, like I can only imagine how terrible Vultures 3 is going to be. But yeah.
Vultures 3 is only going to be as good as we let it be, guys. We can't worry anymore. We gotta push a petition for Kanye to go see a medical professional that could possibly help him. Maybe he actually doesn't need a medical professional. Maybe he's not mentally ill, but the man definitely needs to go to Hawaii again. Go to Hawaii. Go to Hawaii, yay. Go rest. Go play basketball and sip mojitos, okay? Then call upon the Avengers like you once did before for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and give us a impeccable body of work, bro. That's what we need from Ye, bro. That's what we need from the mans.
Yeah, Kanye's barely flowing. If it's even his goddamn voice on the record, the production is ass, mixing is ass, songs are ass. It's all of his fans that were totally on board for Vultures 1 who are pretty much confirming this, with only maybe a few stragglers here and there willing to either go completely balls deep and say, yeah, it's amazing. It's album of the year, bro. It's album of the year. But when you're not seeing that, the most reasonable and complimentary things I've heard about the record from his fans is just that, well, you know, like it sucks and it's total crap and it's unlistenable, but there's some good ideas there. They just need to get cleaned up. Then we're in business, baby! But the thing is, Kanye does not have the ability or the focus or the capacity to self-edit that he once did. And as a result of that, you're never going to hear these songs. You're never going to hear these songs in a state where they would actually be presentable in a way where they would likely resonate with anybody outside of the Kanye cult. They're forever going to be in the dark, sunken place because at this point, Kanye is completely friggin' cooked. And we need to stop kidding ourselves about that. Just move on. Listen and pay attention to other things. There are other interesting things going on in the world of music that are not Kanye continuing to ruin his goddamn career. Do yourselves and do him as well a favor. If you actually care about this man's music and his artistry, do everything that you can to maintain a positive view and outlook on that by just ignoring the new crap and just listening to the old stuff that actually mattered, actually had impact, was actually significant. Because I guarantee you, the more you watch this slow motion immolation that is happening, the more difficult it's going to be to look back on a lot of those older records and even see merit in them, because this is goddamn embarrassing. And
you heard it there first, folks. All right, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.